I'd do kidneys for supper.
What? Why?
I don't know. Just saw these lamb kidneys in the butcher's windows and a little voice in my head went yum.
Well, a little voice in my stomach just went yuck. You know I don't like kidneys.
I didn't know you don't like kidneys. We've never had kidneys.
Yes, that's why.
Well, if I knew you didn't like kidneys, would I have bought kidneys?
You know, you might unconsciously be punishing me.
For what?
For making you do the cooking.
You don't make me do the cooking. I like doing the cooking. It was my suggestion, if you recall, that we share that particular chore.
Perhaps, but subliminally your male ego was feeling threatened. And so you offer me this extraordinarily symbolic meal to say, look, you are unmanning me.
You've been sunbathing without a hat again. What do you mean, symbolic?
Well, kidneys look like testicles, right? And you offer them to me on a plate, metaphorically saying, here is my manhood. Now are you satisfied?
How about a cheese omelette?
You didn't get the suit then?
No. Butcher only had the one and he was wearing it.
Oh, you were going to get a suit, Gary, when you left the house this morning. You promised me.
I changed my mind. Look, I'm not going to blow the best part of, what, 40 quid on something I'm only going to wear once?
So you're going to go for your promotion interview in jeans and a sweatshirt?
A new sweatshirt? Look, Yvonne, if I'm going to get this job, it's going to be because of my technical know-how and innate charisma, not my gentleman's apparel. I'm not a suit person, everyone knows that.
So that's how you get your own back?
Get my own what back?
Oh, Gary, am I or am I not an assistant deputy personnel manager?
You am.
And am I or am I not studying for a degree in psychology, specialising in human interaction and the interview process?
And that's what you're doing with all those books, isn't it?
So by rejecting my professional and personal advice to improve your image, what are you saying about our marriage?
I went to the library for you.
Are you trying to change the subject?
Yeah, rather subtly, I thought. They didn't have Adler's analysis of Jung's biography of Freud in 2 volumes, so I got you the latest Barbara Taylor Bradford and a leaflet in Urdu about summer play schemes.
Why?
It was a pretty colour.
Or was it an unconscious statement that it's time we had children?
Wow, do you think so? Of course, unless it's an unconscious statement that it's time we went out for some more curries. That's the word I'm not supposed to mention while wearing my Rumbelows boiler suit. Do you think I'm going to get this job, then?
I don't know.
But am you or am you not Deputy Assistant Vice Personnel Manager?
I'm clerical and administrative. I don't concern myself with people who wear overalls. And anyway, I'd be the last person they'd tell.
Tell what? I haven't had the interview yet.
Exactly, so calm down.
Although several other people have already been seen.
Yes, of course.
So, if one was head and shoulders above the rest, there'd be gossip around the photocopier, would there not?
The photocopying room is as quiet as a grave, I promise you.
So you haven't heard anything at all about the competition?
I have heard one thing.
What?
They all wore suits.
Amazing how we take eggs for granted, isn't it?
Where did that come from?
I was just thinking, if this was 1940, we'd be eating 6 weeks' rations of fresh eggs, fried in a week's worth of butter, filled with approximately a month's cheese ration. And yet they say that the national diet was healthier during the war. They may not have had fillet steak, but they didn't have mad cow disease either.
Oh, is that what you're suffering from?
Let me play you something. One bit trick. Al Bowley.
Who?
Al Bowley, one of the most popular singers of the 30s, killed by a Jerry landmine in 41. Voice like a nightingale. Well, better than a nightingale, actually. I've often thought nightingale's a very overrated bird. There's hardly any meat on it.
Where did you hear him?
Back in 1940. In that 1940s theme pub I told you about. Fascinating era of the war, you know. It's a time when basic everyday life should have been falling apart, and yet everyone pulled together.
Are you planning to go back then?
What?
Yeah, there's this theme pub. I wouldn't mind coming along. I'm quite interested in the social psychology of the nostalgia industry.
Oh, well, I only stumbled across it because I was lost. I went in to ask for directions. Doubt I could find it again, especially in the blackout.
And I know my mind really did leave my body, Marty, because I was hovering above myself and I saw my roots were growing through, right on the very top of my head. How could I have known that any other way?
Thank you, Alice from Bournemouth, where everyday life is an out-of-body experience. Well, if you've had something mystical or inexplicable happen to you, like going into a trance election day and waking up to find you voted for John Major, just pick up the phone and talk to Marty Harty on 071 303 3303. That's 071 303 3303. Whilst waiting for our first caller, let's have some music. Here's...
Why are you doing this? You won't get through. Nobody ever gets through. Hello? Yeah, my name's Garibaldi. Garibaldi. Yeah, Angelo Garibaldi. Yeah, my dad was Italian. No, I was born in London, that's why I don't sound Italian. No, I do look Italian.
And our next caller is Angelo Garibaldi from Cricklewood. Hello, Angelo.
Oh, hi, Marty. Bit nervous, first-time caller.
I hear you're also a bit of a time traveller.
Well, I was in the East End looking for this address, and I went into this pub, and suddenly it was 1940. Beer was tuppence farthing, and there was an air raid. We all had to go down and shelter in a cellar because... Hello? Hello?
Well, I think I can fairly say Angelo is winning our Looney of the Week award. How about Cilla Black and I Think I'm Going Out of My Head?
Well, I think I'm going out of my head.
Yeah, I was talking to Marty Harty, and I think I got cut off. Oh, I see. It's not very polite. Hello.
I was just driving back from my art class, hence my paint-smattered smock. And I just thought I'd drop in. Angelo.
What, you weren't listening to... Yeah, I was just bored. I thought I'd wind him up, you know. I never liked that Marty Harty. He only has people on the show so he can make them look stupid.
Sometimes it's not very difficult, is it?
Do you want a drink?
Oh, you wouldn't happen to have a little Ricard, would you?
I think I've got Good Golly Miss Molly on a compilations tape somewhere.
No, it's a drink. You know, like Pernod. Tastes like aniseed balls, as imbibed by the great French Impressionist painters.
Oh, so no, I think Toulouse-Lautrec finished off the bottle last night.
I'll have a can of lager then. So, did you really wander through some time warp into a war-torn yesteryear?
Get off. What do you think, eh?
That's a shame. I've long yearned to meet somebody who'd stumbled upon the secret of time travel. To boldly quote Captain Kirk, it is the final frontier, the ultimate romance.
Yeah, I suppose we could all do with a bit more romance in our lives.
The Fleur Yvonne failing to oblige on the conjugal front, is she?
Ron, do you mind?
You're right, I'm sorry. It would be exciting though, wouldn't it? Travelling to a bygone age. If you could go back in time...
Yeah, well, I promise you I can't, all right?
But if you could, just once, who would you most like to meet? Beethoven? Oliver Cromwell? George Best?
Ron, George Best is still alive. You can meet him for the price of a drink.
Yeah, he's well past his sell-by date, though. I'd like to meet him in his prime. Befriend him. Get free tickets for Manchester United versus Benfica at Wembley. European Cup Final 1968. 4-1 to United after extra time.
If I could go back and meet just one person, it'd have to be Marilyn Monroe. I know it's corny, there's just something about her, you know, that vulnerability combined with a sensual knowingness.
I'm with you with Marilyn. Here, how about going back to the set of The 7-Year Itch? You know, when she stood on that grating and her skirt all wafted up?
Yeah.
In fact, I'd set my time machine for an hour before the cameras rolled. Then I'd secrete myself beneath the grating and wait for the fan to be switched on.
You'd squander the gift of time travel to lie in a basement staring at Marilyn Monroe's knickers. Ron, that is really gross.
Yeah, well, men were allowed to be gross in those days, before women's lib. And anyway, it's just a fantasy, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, how can you go back to a time before your own birth, eh?
Oh, well, that depends on whether you think of time as a straight road or a winding river.
You care to elaborate?
Well, if time is a river, then perhaps we can get off the boat, hike back along the bank to a bit of the river from before we were born. After all, 50,000 people a year go missing in this country alone. Where are they?
You think they're all hiking about in the past, yeah?
It's not entirely unfeasible. if you'll permit me the double negative.
Oh, just this one.
Take Lord Lucan, for instance. 1 minute, he's a fugitive from justice in the present day. The next, I'm reading a history book, and guess who was leading the charge of the Light Brigade back in 1854?
No, I think that was one of his ancestors.
So they say.
You were right, I should have worn a suit. As soon as I walked into that interview room, I saw those 3 escapees from Burton's window.
But how did the interview go? What did they ask you?
Well, first of all, they asked me whether I thought jeans and trainers were suitable apparel for an aspiring manager.
And what did you say?
I said the imposition of anachronistic dress codes was one of the running sores infecting the body of British industrial relations.
Really?
No, I only thought of that after I'd left the room. What I actually said was, I'm sorry, Mr. Watt, I've only got the one suit and the cat was sick on it.
Smart thinking, Gary. One might say almost managerial thinking.
Yeah?
But then one would be lying. It's too late now.
You've heard, haven't you? I haven't got it, have I?
I haven't heard anything. I just meant it's too late to worry. And for all we know, you've got the job and we're worrying about nothing.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, there was one ray of hope.
What?
As I was leaving the interview room, Mr. Arnold wished the cat better. I'll get it. Cricklewood Cat Hospital. Oh, hello, Stella. Stella for you.
Hello, Stella.
Listen, I'm going to go down the off licence and get some more beers, all right?
OK. No, it's been a horrible week. Well, Gary did his interview today. No, he never bought a suit in the end. No, he didn't get it. But I can't tell him that, can I? I'm sworn to secrecy. I feel terrible for him. I thought you were gone.
I forgot my wallet.
Can I call you back, Stella?
Why did you lie to me?
I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to know. I just overheard Mr. Watt talking. How could I tell you?
How could you not tell me? You're my wife.
But my contract of employment.
What about your bloody marriage contract?
Gary, where are you going?
I'm going to buy a suit. Would this fit me?
Oh, yes, I don't see why not. Eh, why don't you try it on, dear? Here we are. There. Oh, yes. Very nice, dear.
Can I try on the trousers, someone?
Yes, go in there. You all right, dear? Can I give you a hand? Oh.
Well,
Very nice, dear.
think I'd pass muster back in 1940?
Very much doubt it. I was around then, and you hardly ever saw a gentleman in a lounge suit wearing Reeboks.
You haven't got anything in an 8.5, have you?
Let's see. So, here we are. There. How about those?
Yeah, they're a bit tight.
They just need breaking in.
After 50 years? Oh, well, they'll do, I suppose. And it's all authentic 1940s?
Of course it is, dear. My uncle was wearing that suit the day he was shot as a spy. They've had it invisibly mended, so don't worry.
So, how much for the lot?
£25?
Excellent.
Oh,
you know where I can get any money?
Oh, yes, there's the cash dispenser down the road.
No. Period money. Tanners, threepenny bits, half crowns, that sort of stuff.
Oh, well, yes, Sissy over there, she's got a lot of old coins. Are you an amateur theatrical?
No. I'm a time traveller.
Ruby, try it.
Afternoon. Half a bitter, please.
Hello, it's you. You smarten yourself up a bit.
Yeah, not bad for 25 quid, eh?
25 quid? I saw you coming.
Hello. Oh, you look nice. Where have you been?
He's from Cricklewood Way, remember? He's not local.
Yeah, well, actually, I've been a bit busy. Can't tell you what exactly, but I've got a present for you.
She is a married woman, you know.
No, it's for both of you.
Oh.
Bananas. Oh, where'd you get them?
Contacts.
I hope you're not a spiv on the quiet.
Dad, have you forgotten Gary saved your life last week?
So everybody keeps telling me.
Well, I've been doing a bit of liaison with the Yanks, you know. They got bananas coming out of their ears.
What Yanks? They're not in the war?
Not officially, no. Anyway, tuck in. Plenty more where they came from.
Hey, no, not here. You'll start a riot.
I'll have it later then.
Is there anything else you're planning on doing later?
Oh, well, we normally listen to the wireless on a Friday night.
Oh, only last time you said about going dancing.
Don't you know there's a war on? Dancing?
Well, it's good for morale.
Yeah, and Donna wouldn't mind, Dad.
Oh, no. I'd have minded if your mum had gone dancing when I was up to me neck in muck and bullets.
She did, though.
What?
Yeah, she's got tea dancing up the Royal.
I never bloody well knew.
Boy, ladies present.
She kept it a secret, Gran told me.
Well, it's not good enough.
Looks like I can't go then, Gary.
How old are you?
Hey, you don't ask a lady her age.
I'm 25.
Well, I would have thought that's old enough to make your own mind up. Have a banana. It's all the rage in Hollywood.
Playing a foxtrot.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do ordinary dances anymore. Thank you. Fancy a drink?
Yeah. What do you mean you can't do them anymore?
Oh, it's just a bit of an accident I had in the States. What would you like?
Oh, a gin and it, if they've got any here.
Can I have a gin and it and a lighter? I didn't know you smoked.
Oh, well, I've done in front of Dad. He thinks it isn't ladylike.
But they're very bad for your health.
Do me a favour, who told you that?
Hey, you mark my words, one day they'll put health warnings on the packets.
Anyway,
Everyone knows they're good for your nerves, and there is no point worrying about a cough carrying you off when a bomb could land on top of you any second.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh, sorry. Have you got a moment? Yeah.
What happened in America then?
Oh, just a bit of a car crash. You know how it is. You're driving in the Indianapolis 500 and you hit a hairpin bend at 75. Car somersaults, you wake up in hospital with both legs in traction. I'm all right now. Took 6 months to learn how to walk, but can't do the dances, except the slow ones.
You sure you're not pulling my leg?
No, really. Like I say, I'm all right on the slow ones.
I knew it. You're just looking for an excuse for a smooch. Oh, I'm sorry, Gary,
But you're a married woman, I know.
11 halfpenny, please.
11 halfpenny? God, they know how to charge it, haven't they? So, what's he like then? You're Donald.
He's a quiet chap, really. Used to work in a custard powder factory. I know it's not as glamorous as your life, but he's a good bloke, and he didn't wait for the call-up. He volunteered.
Anything to get away from custard powder, I expect.
Don't worry about him, though. I mean, over there, in Africa, he's very fair-skinned. He used to get sunstroke hot picking.
Well, they'll probably keep him off hot picking duties.
And who knows when the war's going to finish.
Well, I'd reckon spring 1945, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Italians don't chuck it in 43.
You don't think the war's going to last 5 more years, do you?
Just an informed guess.
I know what your game is. You're trying to persuade me to be unfaithful to Donald. This Canadian sailor tried the same routine on me a couple of months ago.
No. Did it work?
No, it did not, you cheeky Harry. How about you? Sure you haven't got a wife tucked away in Cricklewood?
Cross my heart. Woman I'd marry hasn't even been born yet.
What? You've never even been involved with anyone?
Well, there was someone in America. I thought it was going to work out, but she started doing this correspondence course. Took up all of her time, saw less and less of each other.
What was the name?
Marilyn Monroe.
That's a nice name. Sounds like one of them film star names.
Yeah, I suppose it does.
But besides this Marilyn, you've never been tempted?
Oh, I never said that. I was tempted the minute I walked into your dad's pub. But you're a married woman.
And don't you forget it. Are you going to ask me out for a dance then?
Thought I wasn't allowed any slow ones.
No? I've changed my mind. Woman's privilege. Your poor feet.
Oh, it was worth it. I'm walking on air, really. I have often walked down the street before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before.
Gary, that's lovely. Is that one that you wrote?
Yeah, it just came to me on the train. I'm not sure the tune's right.
Oh, I love the tune. Gary, I've had a terrific time.
Yeah, me too.
'Cause, well, life hasn't been much fun lately.
Me neither. Got turned down for a job.
Really? You? How?
Can't say. Very hush-hush.
Oh. No, I'm surprised you haven't been called up to do concert parties for Enso.
Well, that was a job I didn't get. On account of the dancing.
Still, you did all right on the slow numbers. No, Gary, it wouldn't be fair on Donald.
Just an affectionate goodnight kiss.
Yeah, but you know where they lead. I mean, I'm young, I'm healthy, I've got needs and passions. It'd be so easy to give in to them.
Wouldn't it?
After all, you're talented, interesting, well-travelled. But I've got this. So, all right, maybe Donald is quiet, shy, gentle, wouldn't say boo to a goose. Maybe he doesn't have your way with words. But he's still my husband.
What the bloody hell do you think you're doing with my wife?
What are you doing?
Well, he's not gentle, shy and retiring anymore, is he?
What's happened to you?
Why, do you care?
Gary, of course I care. What's happened?
Well, you remember that theme pub I told you about where the landlord fell down the open trapdoor and banged his head, stopped breathing, I had to give him the kiss of life?
How could I forget?
Yeah, well, I was just passing it.
You said you'd never find it again.
Well, I was wrong, wasn't I? Anyway, I popped in. I was made very welcome. Which made a pleasant change. Then they got very busy. I offered to help out behind the bar and didn't know the trapdoor was open.
And now you want me to give you the kiss of life?
No, that won't be necessary, thank you.
Gary, how long are you going to go on punishing me about your promotion interview?
You should have told me.
I know. You're right. I'm seriously thinking about resigning tomorrow.
Oh, that's just stupid.
No, they should never have put me in that position. And they should have given you the job. You were the best man, even if you have got crap dress sense.
You mean that? About the job?
Of course I mean it. I love you, Gary.
Despite my crap dress sense?
I prefer you without your clothes on, actually. Oh, come on, Gary. Let's go and do what you do best.
Yvonne, I'm not putting up a satellite dish at this time of night.
That's better.
Good night, sweetheart. Sleep will banish sorrow. Good night, sweetheart. Till we meet tomorrow. Dreams enfold you. In them will I hold you. Good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Where are they?
Well, you think they're all hiking about in the park?
It's not entirely unfeasible, if you'll permit me the double negative.
Oh, just this one.
Take Lord Lucan, for instance. 1 minute, he's a fugitive from justice in the present day. The next, I'm reading a history book, and guess who was leading the charge of the Light Brigade back in 1854?
No, I think that was one of his ancestors.
So they say.
You were right, I should have worn a suit. As soon as I walked into that interview room, I saw those 3 escapees from Burton's window.
But how did the interview go? What did they ask you?
Well, first of all, they asked me whether I thought jeans and trainers were suitable apparel for an aspiring manager.
And what did you say?
I said the imposition of anachronistic dress codes was one of the running sores infecting the body of British industrial relations.
Really?
No, I only thought of that after I'd left the room. What I actually said was, I'm sorry.
Where have you been?
He's from Cricklewood Way, remember? He's not local.
Yeah, well, actually, I've been a bit busy. Can't tell you what exactly, but I've got a present for you.
She is a married woman, you know.
No, it's for both of you.
Oh.
Bananas. Oh, where'd you get them?
Contacts.
I hope you're not a spiv on the quiet.
Dad,
Have you forgotten Gary saved your life last week?
So everybody keeps telling me.
Well, I've been doing a bit of liaison with the Yanks, you know. They got bananas coming out of their ears.
What Yanks? They're not in the war?
Not officially, no. Anyway, tuck in. Plenty more where they came from.
Hey, no, not here. You'll start a riot.
I'll have it later then.
Is there anything else you're planning on doing later?
Oh, well, we normally listen to the wireless on a Friday night.
Oh, only last time you said about going dancing.
We're amateur theatrical.
No. I'm a time traveller.
Ruby, try that.
Afternoon. Half a bitter, please.
Hello, it's you. You smarten yourself up a bit.
Yeah, not bad for 25 quid, eh?
25 quid? I saw you coming.
Hello. Oh, you look nice. Where have you been?
He's from Cricklewood Way, remember? He's not local.
Yeah, well, actually, I've been a bit busy. Can't tell you what exactly, but I've got a present for you.
She is a married woman, you know.
No, it's for both of you.
Oh.
Bananas. Oh, where'd you get them?
Contacts.
I hope you're not a spiv on the quiet.
Dad! Have you forgotten Gary saved your life last week?
So everybody keeps telling me.
Well, I've been doing a bit of liaison with the Yanks, you know. They got bananas coming out of their ears.
What Yanks? They're not in the war?
Not officially, no. Anyway, tuck in. Plenty more where they came from.
Hey, no, not here. You'll start a riot.
I'll have it later then.
Is there anything else you're planning on doing later?
Oh, well, we normally listen to the wireless on a Friday night.
Oh, only last time you said about going dancing.
Don't you know there's a war on? Dancing?
Well, it's good for morale.
Yeah, and Donna wouldn't mind, Dad.
Oh, no. I'd have minded if your mum had gone dancing when I was up to me neck in muck and bullets.
She did, though.
What?